Welcome to St. Augustine, Florida, where history, sunshine, and people in pirate outfits are commonplace. We set up camp at the St. Augustine RV Resort, where modern luxury meets bocce ball tournaments, putting greens to practice your missed PGA dreams, and pools that promise relaxation until a kid cannonballs next to you. Just minutes from beautiful beaches and dangerously close to the legendary Fountain of Youth, spoiler alert, it tastes like hose water and regret. Buckle up because America's oldest city has stories to tell, whether you want to hear them or not.
Bryn-dog and I are just at the dog park, getting some smells in before Jamie and I head down to historic downtown St. Augustine. Brinny, how you doing? Bryn just had a bath, and I suspect she's trying to de-clean herself here. Put some of that stank on her. Yeah? You getting some of that stank on you, girl? Whew. Downtown historic St. Augustine. Flagler College, and of course, wouldn't be complete without Chase Bank. Oh, hello there. Castillo de San Marcos.
Okay.
National Monument, which is a historic fort. I believe it was built by the Spanish.
Come again? You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
But what we're looking at immediately here is a man-made seawall. So this is coquina rock or boulders, which they put in front here because the existing seawall from 1840 is getting a little beat up and starting to cave in on it. So what this coquina rock does is allow silt through, which actually fortifies the structure, all that silt coming through the rocks, and then it provides a home for oysters, mollusks, crabs, shrimp, which goes really well with a town that's fascinated. I should say a culture at the South that's really enamored with shrimp and grits. Whether you're in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, or here in Florida.
Anyway, like I was saying, shrimp is the fruit of the sea. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it. There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole.
Enough about shrimping. Let's talk about Castillo de San Marcos, which is a 17th century Spanish fortress that has survived pirates, British sieges, and an endless stream of school field trips. Built from coquina, that rock that I mentioned earlier, a material made of compressed seashells and crushed dreams, this sturdy little marvel has stood the test of time, mostly because no one could be bothered to knock it down properly. Originally constructed in the 1670s to protect St. Augustine from invaders, aka other Europeans with mustaches and questionable intentions, the fort served Spain, Britain, the US, and even the Confederacy at one point, because apparently loyalty was optional. Inside, you'll find cannons, dark rooms full of educational displays, and at least one ranger who takes their colonial accent maybe a little too seriously. Today, it's a national monument where you too can marvel at ancient stone walls while melting in 90-degree heat, all for the low cost of pretending you're interested in military history. And don't miss the old city's fortification wall, a charming reminder that even in the 1700s, St. Augustine really wanted to keep the riffraff out. Originally built to stop invaders, it now mostly stops people from getting decent parking near downtown. After soaking up centuries of cannon fire and colonial turf wars, You'll be relieved to stumble into modern-day St. Augustine, where the only battles now are for parking spots and the last soft pretzel. The narrow, centuries-old roads, quaint or infuriating depending on your turning radius, wind past endless beachwear shops because nothing says historic preservation like racks of flowy bohemian beachwear that scream casual mermaid energy. It's a town where every cobblestone tells a story, and most of those stories end with a sunburn. But for now, let's go on to our next spot, which is Anastasia State Park. Jamie and I headed over to Anastasia State Park for some overcast beach bathing. You know, the kind where you lay in damp sand under the looming threat of drizzle while pretending it's still beach weather. We also squeezed in some biking and hiking, because nothing says vacation like getting winded in nature. Anastasia State Park boasts over 1,600 acres of sand dunes, salt marshes, maritime hammocks, and opportunities to question your life choices. Established in the 1940s, the park is technically a protected area, which mostly means you get to enjoy the wild beauty of Florida without quite as much chance of being hit by a golf cart. It's located on Anastasia Island, which sounds exotic until you realize it's just over the bridge from downtown St. Augustine, and somehow still feels like a different planet.
What do you think?
Anastasia State Park. Pretty cool. Perfect.
The sun finally came out as Jamie and I hopped aboard our bicycles and headed towards the hiking trails. Our next stop was the ancient dunes.
We're biking.
What are we doing, Jamie? Jamie was in a bit of a mood, but not every day at the beach is a day at the beach. But we didn't let that slow us down.
The forest maintains itself?
Just as the forest takes care of itself, it also takes care of us. And by the time we were done with our hike and a little bit of introspection, Jamie was feeling much better. The calming effect that nature has on both our minds and our bodies cannot be overstated. And with that, it was time for us to get back and feed the Bryn-dog, because she was surely pouting at this point. Speaking of the Bryn-dog, the next morning we had promised her a day at the beach, so we grabbed her current favorite toy, which is Chuck It, jumped in the truck, and headed out to...
Continue to A1A.
But first, we needed some coffee.
And we're gonna pull up and get ourselves some Kookaburra Coffee, a local favorite of us. So local, so favorited, there's nowhere to park. Oh, shush.
Bryn is pulling her Insano move
I forgot my phone at the car, and whenever one of us leaves, even if it's just to close the door, to go to the bathroom and come back, it's momentarily gone. Bryn loses her ever-loving stuffing. She just doesn't know what to do.
We walked on the beach, sat in the sand, and drank our coffee. But then it was time for chucking.
Staff. All right, Spaz, you want me to throw this thing? Yeah, bring it back. Good girl.
What you doing, Bryn? You digging a hole? Oh, yeah.
Where'd it go?
Dig that hole. Bury that ball. You want me? No way you want me to throw that again. Look at that face. Bryn is covered in sand and her own saliva. Dig this hole. You guys keep throwing this ball. I'm trying to dig a hole here. Dig a hole. She digs it so goofy too. Ah, it's like one arm then the other.
In the hole.
Go in the hole, ball.
Just go home. That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me.
You gotta cover it now. You're.
There she is.
Oh, come on, man! Not in the coffee. Give me that.
You want me to throw it? Yeah.
No.
Want me to throw it?
Don't you dare throw it. No, that's ball, boy. Ah, no. You don't even know what to do. What? And after playing ball and drinking water, it was time for more ball. Some big old pelicans here just doing their thing.
Hope they don't shit on you, Bubbles. Shit on me? Who? Shit dogs. Big, dirty shit dogs. They're coming, Bubbles. They're flying in low. They're swooping down, shitting on people, and dragging them off to the big shit nest.
We cruised down a tree-lined street straight out of a postcard, branches arching overhead like they were trying to hug our car. We also almost hit a wedding party taking pictures in the middle of the street. All of this on our way to the legendary Fountain of Youth. Naturally, we parked at the historic jail because nothing sets the tone for mythical waters quite like an old prison and a slightly overpriced gift shop. Also, I hope you like peacocks. We'll just leave it at that.
There's a wedding taking place here. Jamie's very interested. We're thinking about crashing it. Let me call my friend Chaz.
Yeah, I'll throw in a wedding every now and then, but funerals are insane. The chicks are so horny, it's not even fair.
You gonna show some of those feathers, bruh?
Showing
Where's your lady?
Oh, there they are.
Oh my.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, Scott and I finally gave in and just sold it all, and we live in a hut now.
It's a nice hut. It's missing a bit of a roof, but I don't think that'll be a problem.
Won't be a problem.
Ponce de Leon's Fountain of Youth, where legend, tourism, and questionable science collide. This famous archaeological park claims to mark the spot where the Spanish explorer first landed in 1513, supposedly in search of magical waters that promised eternal youth. Spoiler, he didn't find them, but that hasn't stopped generations from sipping sulfur-flavored hope from a tiny plastic cup. The park doesn't just lean into men, it also highlights real history, including a tribute to the indigenous Timucua people who lived here long before the Europeans showed up with flags and ambition.
What are you doing?
Getting the rich stuff.
Getting in the rich stuff.
This is our time. Our last chance to see if there really is any rich stuff.
What do we got? Just over here. Shark teeth. Shells.
Good done. Down here. It's our time. Or over here.
We gotta get the rich stuff.
Right here. It's our time.
Rich stuff. Rich stuff.
Rich
stuff.
Recreated Timucua village structures and interpretive exhibits give a glimpse into their culture, even if it's nestled awkwardly between cannon demonstrations and peacocks on parade. Whether you're here for the legend, the history, or just to say you drank from a rusty pipe in the name of vanity, it's a quirky, must-see mashup.
Oh!
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the blacksmith shop. I'm Greg the blacksmith, and behind me here is Colin, our newest blacksmith in training. And this afternoon, I'm going to tell you folks about blacksmithing back in the time of Pedro Menendez, the founder of our colony of St. Augustine.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. The grand reveal to see if the Fountain of Youth will turn Jamie and I into cute little babies.
Cheers.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Oh God, I'm putting it into the camera. Oh God.
You have chosen wisely.
He is young now.
Okay, so maybe we didn't turn into babies or even get that youthful glow back, but we sure had a good time visiting, and we still had a couple things to check out.
There's a lot of fountains here.
One of the most striking and respectful features is the Timucua burial exhibit. Based on real archaeological excavations, the exhibit reveals a 16th century Native American burial site where remains of the Timucua people of St. Augustine, the original inhabitants, were uncovered. Rather than glossing over this history, the park presents the site with a sense of gravity, closing it in a viewing area where visitors can see the preserved burial grounds. Interpretive signage explains the burial practices and the significance in Florida's early history, offering a rare moment of solemnity in a place otherwise filled with cannon blast and costume conquistadors. It's a sobering respectful nod to the people who were here first, long before the legend of eternal youth, and the story is far more endearing.
Come on, Peacock.
Turn it all the way around. There
Give
you
us a spin.
are.
Give us a
Give
spin.
us a spin. Ooh, flutter your wings.
Sexy.
Flutter the feathers. A little more blue. I'm going to need some blue in there. Ooh,
Blue
to the left.
steel.
Blue steel.
What's that look like?
You know what? To the right. Yes. Beautiful. You look sexy. You're a sexy bird. Your tail looks good. It's the biggest tail. Can I get a full turn? Beautiful. Excellent. You're gorgeous, babe. You're gorgeous.
Well, folks, we came, we saw, we conquistadored. Okay, that was a bad joke, but we had a great time visiting the sleepy little historic St. Augustine, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. But it's about time for us to get going, so we're going to head out, and we'll see you on the next one. If you like what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Also, follow us on Instagram at Unbound RV Life. Thanks for watching.